No flashing lights. No loud promises. Just one quiet name rising above everyone else, and when it appeared, the room went silent. In a world drowning in exaggeration, spin, and empty words, one athlete was called something far rarer than the best. He was called trustworthy. Not the strongest. Not the richest. Not even the most famous. The most believable. Across Japan and beyond, when people were asked a simple but powerful question, which celebrity would you trust most as a salesperson, the answer came back overwhelming, almost unanimous. Shohei Ohtani. Let that sink in. In an era where trust is broken faster than records, Ohtani didn't just win a popularity vote. He won something deeper. Something harder. He won faith. Because this wasn't about home runs or velocity. This wasn't about MVP trophies or packed stadiums. This was about character. Never lies. Absolutely reliable. Someone you can trust without hesitation. Those were the words people used. And suddenly, the conversation shifted. This wasn't just a baseball story anymore. This was a human one. Shohei Ohtani has never sold anything with his mouth. He sells with silence. With consistency. With the way he shows up every single day and does exactly what he says, often without saying anything at all. In business, trust is currency. In life, it's oxygen. And somehow, this soft-spoken superstar has become the richest man in both. Think about it. If Ohtani looked you in the eye and told you something would work, would you doubt him? Most people wouldn't. Because he has built something stronger than hype. He has built a reputation that feels unshakable. On the field, he does the impossible so often it feels routine. Pitching dominance. Historic power. A two-way miracle that the sport hadn't seen in over a century. But off the field, that's where the real miracle lives. No scandals. No excuses. No drama-hungry interviews. Just discipline, humility, and a relentless respect for the game, and for people. Sales is about persuasion. But great sales isn't about pressure. It's about honesty. About making the other person feel safe. That's why Ohtani resonates. You don't feel sold to buy Shohei Ohtani. You feel reassured. Every endorsement he touches feels clean. Every partnership feels earned. Brands don't just want his face, they want his integrity. Because when trust is fragile, you don't gamble. You choose certainty. And Ohtani has become certainty in human form. Even teammates describe him the same way. Dependable. Consistent. Exactly who he says he is. No hidden agenda. No ego screaming for attention. Just quiet excellence. There's something powerful about someone who never needs to convince you. Someone whose actions do the talking long before words ever arrive. That's why this ranking matters. It reveals something profound about modern fans. People aren't just looking for greatness anymore. They're starving for authenticity. And Shohei Ohtani stands there, almost accidentally, as the standard. He doesn't chase trust. He earns it. Day by day. Pitch by pitch. Swing by swing. Promise by promise, kept. In a sport obsessed with numbers, this moment wasn't about stats. It was about belief. Belief that someone at the highest level can still be pure. Belief that excellence doesn't require arrogance. Belief that honesty can still win. Imagine walking into a room where everything feels uncertain, then Ohtani walks in. Suddenly, the noise fades. Because you know, deep down, whatever he says next will be real. That's leadership without speeches. That's influence without manipulation. That's the rare power of trust. And maybe that's why Shohei Ohtani isn't just redefining baseball. He's redefining what success looks like in a world that's forgotten how to believe. When all the applause fades, when the trophies gather dust, this might be the legacy that lasts longest. Not that he was unstoppable, but that he was unquestionable. In a time full of noise, Shohei Ohtani became truth. And that might be the most valuable title of all.